Hey everybody, Jim Perry here. Welcome to Backroads Metal Detecting. I'm standing up against a tree here because it is extremely windy here in southeast Minnesota today. I am out at a favorite permission of mine. I talked to the property owner, the farmer here, earlier this morning, and they cleared the beans. This permission is a favorite of mine because of all of the old items that I pulled from here. There used to be a road that came through here, just in front of where my truck was, and went west to east. That road is long gone, but there was an entire homestead here exactly where I'm standing. So I thought I'd take a few hours, see what I might be able to find until the wind gets to be too much. I'm going to focus my time just on the east side of where these two trees are. Home was between the two of them or just in front of them. I found a lot of things just off behind me here. We'll see what kind of luck I might be able to have today. Get my detector out and get started. Again, this was a working farm. I'm guessing as far back as maybe the 1870s. So I'm making my way back and forth just to the east side of the trees here. There were barns here. The windmill was just ahead of me, but it's easy swinging. The problem is there is so much iron here that I am not going to show all that I've dug. I actually dug a fairly new dime, probably about 40 years old. Lots of horse tack today, a couple of buckles, and I just flipped this hole in front of me, and I have not looked to see exactly what it is, but I can see already, not sure if you could see that, I've got a button. Looks like a big flat button. Only my second ever. Let's see if there's any design on it. Oh my gosh, there is. Look at this. The shank is completely intact, and there's a design on it. I'm going to clean this up real quick so we can take a closer look at it. Just give me a minute. Well, this is a beautiful flat button. I'm in a bit of shock. This actually happened to me at another permission of mine, about a year and a half ago. I found a button there that did not fit the time era of the farm itself, which leads me to wonder how it got there. I'm wondering how this button got here, possibly on a coat or an item of clothing that someone inherited from a parent or a grandparent. The reason I say that is I found a lot of items here at this location that were mid to late 1800s, and based on the back of this, based on the shank, which I'm very thankful this is all intact, and the way that the metal itself is actually spun, this could be as old as mid to late 1700s, which leads me to believe that an article of clothing, or maybe even just the button itself, came here with the person that moved here and farmed here all those years ago. Absolutely gorgeous piece. That is the find of the day. That might even be my find of the year. Glad to leave with that today. And I've got another very common find at locations like this. Those of you who don't recognize what this would be the back to a clock. I'll take a look back and forth right where I'm at here. There might be some of the working, some of the gears, but this would have been inside the housing, the back part, the framework to an old clock. Very common find. Well, this was a fairly deep hole and a really iffy signal. I almost didn't dig it, but I'm very glad I did. This is a first for me today. I have never found one of these. Not sure if you can see exactly what it is here. I almost thought it was the same as a lot of the scrap metal that I've been digging, and when I pulled it out, this is all that I saw at the beginning. And I started wiping some dirt out, and then I flipped it over quickly, and I saw some holes there. Let me set it down. I know it's hard to see because of the sun here, but this would be a toe tap. Been on the end of a boot and nailed on there to help protect the shoe itself, to keep it from wearing out more quickly. Might have to see if I can bend it out here just a little bit without breaking it. Give me a second. So there you have it. I got it bent out without breaking it. That is a toe tap. You can easily see where the nails went through the tacks to hold it in place on a boot. Excited to find that. Very, very cool piece. I know that there's others that find these all the time and that they're very common. I just have never found one. So glad to have that today as well. It tells a piece of the history and a story of those that lived here so long ago and worked this land. Lots and lots of sheet metal and iron targets here. But another very personal item. Clearly these two pieces work independently of each other, but it appears like they are supposed to be attached. Looks to me, I'm assuming, that it was for holding stockings up. I don't think I'm going to be able to get any information off it. There might be a patent date, but I don't think so. And a lot of suspender clasps, you'll get a patent date, but it just seems to be too fine for that. So I'm going to assume that these were for holding stockings up. Oh my goodness. Slowly making my way over in this direction. The windmill would have been right here. Another FE signal. Sounded so much like the last one that I found. And my first time ever earlier turned into my second ever just now. Toe tap. Another one. This one will bend out just as easily as the other one, I'm sure. Oh, I'll be leaving with two of those today. Very, very nice. So this is where the windmill once stood. And I was having a hard time believing that I've come to this property today and have not dug one of these. So I could tell that it was right near the surface, so I brushed some of the old plants aside here, and there it was. First horseshoe of the day, and I guess it's probably my last. Some of it, we got a little bit more time. I'll dig a few more targets and then do a wrap up and get out of here. And not in the best of shape, but got an old spoon bowl. I'll take a look to see if the handle might be here, but it's an old piece. The wind is absolutely killing me here, so I decided one last time back toward the windmill and back up, and then I'd be calling it quits. I don't believe it. It is a toe tapping day. Another one. I don't even believe it. Third one for the day. Oh my gosh. This one is in far better shape than the other two. Let me clean it up here so we can see it together. I really don't want to do anything more to clean it out here. The green patina on this one is absolutely gorgeous. Didn't have to do anything to bend that apart. Must have fallen right off of the farmer's boot and sat here all of these years. Probably as much as 150 years for me to find. Very cool. About 1.5 feet away from that toe tap, and I've got a small escutcheon to probably, I would guess, a dresser or a small cabinet, the keyhole there. I've had enough of this wind. It's time for me to head out. I've got my finds set up behind me here. Let's take a quick look at them before I get out of here. So here are the majority of my finds for the day. We've got the horseshoe, spoon bowl, a couple of horse tack buckles, the escutcheon to a small, I would assume, dresser or small door or the key gone in here. What I am again assuming is a piece for holding up some stockings. Got the clock parts. I didn't show all the digging and ammunition. These are UMC Co. So older, I would say late 1800s, early 1900s. Really nice square nail that tells me I'm in the right spot. A couple of other shotgun shell stamps. Lots of ribbons. I've only got the one up here. Always finding pottery here. And I've got my 3 toe taps and find of the day. Very, very old flat button. Very nice. And with that, it's time for me to drive home and enjoy the rest of my late afternoon and evening. Many thanks to the property owner, the farmer who owns this land, not only for putting me in. There was actually a farmstead here between these trees, but for allowing me to come back as I wish. Very grateful for the call that the beans were out, so I can come back out here as much as I want before the snow flies here in southeast Minnesota. As always, thanks for joining me again today. Hope to see you again soon.